Pretty funny.
Hello everybody and welcome to Learn Dota 2 League Season 14 Quarterfinals. Last game, Beanton won. They had the world's worst pause 1 matchup, and won anyway. And buddy, at the end of that...
I guess I stand corrected when I said that Razor into Drow isn't that bad for Drow. It's awful, it looks like.
5 seconds remaining.
As long as he can keep up with the Hurricane Pike, or play around it in some way, it doesn't seem to be quite as bad as it looks on paper. Beanton immediately just knocking out the Earth again. They want no part of that.
And Cranberry listening to BBC.
Ray Bay also put that on the power rankings a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he did.
Grim Adventures do not want to see that Phoenix again.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Pick.
Knocking out the Lena. Same bands for being 10. Mostly the same bands for Grim Adventures.
Radiant team pick.
Gonna start off with the Marcy again.
Classic. Need a support in oldie tool, you pick Marcy.
So you do.
Team pick.
Or Pudge.
First pick Pudge here on the part of being 10. Did not even realize that made it through, but here it is.
Yeah. Apparently we're playing Pudge. Alright.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Winter Wyvern.
So Wyvern's good into Marcy.
Also
generally good.
Also good into a team like this where Mikkel's going to be taking so much of the brunt of like fights and everything.
10 seconds remaining.
Damn bro, you're one of the doubters out there in Mikkel and Four Jabronis.
It's not Mikkel and Four Jabronis, that's just how they draft and how they play the game.
It's definitely a 4 protect 1 style.
And to that end, in a 4 protect 1 lineup, Winter Wyvern really hurts. By either super minimizing the impact of the 4 or just making them kill the 1, depending on how well they're doing and how well the ults come out.
Yeah, just simply buy low Sorb.
There you go.
Dire team ban.
Spirit Breaker.
Alright.
Not somebody who's seen a lot this season. I tell you one thing I don't like. Actually, one thing I really super duper don't like. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I don't like Spirit Breaker into Pudge. I think that's a horrible, horrible match for Spirit Breaker to try and have here.
Depends on what's around him.
I think the biggest thing is that if Pudge sees the Spirit Breaker, you can just hook and get the kill, like basically every time.
Banning the Drow, we saw too much of that in the game ones.
Yep, do not want to be facing that Drow again.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Meph just started Dota.
Nice.
Or lost connection, I don't know. One of the two happened.
Radiant team back.
Enigma knocked out here. Interesting assumption.
Saw nothing but US Danny.
Nice. Interesting decision there, banning out the Enigma. They're kind of assuming, it seems, that it's not going to be Matt on Pudge, which I don't know if I don't know. I think that's fairly safe. I think it's fairly safe to assume it's going to be Matt Pudge.
Okay.
I looked at US Danny's stats the last time he played Pudge was like 5 years ago. It might be.
Actually, I think it might be happening with the Spirit Breaker. We'll see.
Seconds remaining.
Oh, Mikkel plays that hero, but...
Mikkel does, he played it to some good effect last week.
Okay.
There is one downside. I feel like Lifestealer into the Winter Wyvern is a horrible match for Lifestealer.
In a wyvern, I guess it depends.
Oh no, there's no depend to it. Let me just break it down
I mean,
for you
like,
like
it
this.
doesn't matter if you get cursed, you won't die.
Right, it doesn't matter if you get cursed, you won't die, but also it means that you really can't, like, for example, if you try to bomb, right? If you're inside somebody and they get cursed, you can't come out. You're locked in there, too,
That's
basically.
true.
Which means that Winter Wyvern can pretty much completely put away Lifestealer ult. He's very good in a pudge,
Only
though.
it's like a game-ending matchup.
Radiant team pick.
Puck goes down here.
Alright.
Do not want to see any of that again.
4 respect wins so far in this game. Very nice.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alright, what are we gonna see?
Should also point out, by the way, as far as the Lifestealer and Winter Wyvern topic goes, Lifestealer, one of those sad lists of pause ones that really cannot do anything about a Winter Wyvern target in the Popsicle. I mean, he can ult bomb for it, but that's a lot to use.
Lion. Interesting.
Getting lionized out here.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah, it causes problems for these 2 heroes if these are supports. It's not like some Tundra and 9 Spirit Breaker mid.
There's another major downside to the Lifestealer in this game. It's that he cannot possibly be the last pick, which is really where you kind of want Lifestealer to be. If Lifestealer is not your last pick, then you have some time to counter him out.
What super cars in like Razor? He's banned.
Razor's banned
OD
up.
is
I
pretty
mean,
bad for him. He's banned.
A lot of the pause ones in particular that are just straight up right click specialists.
Picking up the tide.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm gonna be the tall balls tide hunter.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Zeus.
Okay, Zeus.
Very bad for the Wyvern and pretty bad for the Pudge too, if Zeus is allowed to do anything. But on
Lion just blows up as well.
On the upside, this is going to be a hard game for Zeus to be allowed to do anything, especially if we're going to make the assumption we're probably right that Mikkel is unlikely to be making many personal appearances at early fights. Like if Zeus is not hooked, if Zeus is not the one in the ult, then he can do a lot of damage. On the other hand, if Zeus gets hooked, he dies. Every time Zeus gets hooked in this game, he's going to die.
Just simply don't get hooked, Lamau.
There you go, easy.
You have a hook dodge in your kit. It should be easy. Okay, do so again.
Lifestealer can be pretty bad into Medusa. Depends on how Lifestealer builds. If Lifestealer goes the funny Ags and Halberd and just make a mess strategy, then he can do it, but the problem is if he does that in this game, where's the damage?
10 seconds remaining.
So, I think that's a good pick here.
I've seen a game where Venus played something other than Joker Dusa, so I guess I could have seen that going.
She played Luna earlier this season. She played PA earlier this season. I think she might have a Naga game as well. Being knocking out the anti-mage here.
Yeah, I mean, Zadusa kind of have to. Actually, this is a really good AM game, so.
Yep.
But for reasons beyond the
5
Medusa, even.
seconds remaining.
I think if Bean 10 bans a Lifestealer here with this last ban, I really don't see what Grim Adventures can pick up that's gonna just knock this deal out. And even if they pick up the Lifestealer, there's still definitely some mints in the pool that can do some nasty work to him.
Radiant team ban.
Not gonna have the TA there. Yeah, that is very I'm about to pick Lifestealer.
We
Hopefully
shall
they can
see.
hit.
Seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
We're gonna knock out the
Faceless Void.
Faceless Void instead.
That's a Mickle favorite.
Seconds remaining.
We're gonna go the predictable route.
Radiant team pick.
No, we're gonna go with Weaver.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Weaver into Pudge and Lion and Wyvern? Mickle lost his mind?
Don't care about that really. I mean, you just position well and you don't care about any of those heroes.
Yeah, position.
Lion dies in 2 auto attacks.
I
Wyvern
feel like
dies in
the problem
less
is
than that.
like this works if everybody on Bean 10 is like basically solo. If you walk into 2 people on this lineup, you're gonna die every time. I feel like.
Well, you don't walk into people's Weaver unless you're tied as and stunning everybody.
Problem is, it's gonna be a very big question mark if Tidehunter can stun everybody. I think that's a very high bar for him this game, with the Pudge, Laverne, who are going to be in odd out there positions and fights, and you've got the Medusa, who, you know, if she hits R before yours like hits her, then you basically just didn't have an ult.
I think the only hero I'm seriously concerned about if I'm a Weaver is Pudge. The other 2 are solvable with BKB.
And I think if you get Winner's Cursed at any point this game, you drift die every single time. Like you can get
They
Winner's.
didn't really pick auto attacking heroes though. That's the problem.
They don't need to. Here's how it goes. Are you ready?
They kind of do need to. Weaver's not going to be around people. It's positioning.
And here comes Leshrac.
Okay, Lesh.
I don't know how much I like Leshrac into the Weaver. He should be okay against basically everybody else. In particular, once again, if Tidehunter ults and the Leshrac ult is already happening when that goes down, then like you didn't have an ult. You still can't like engage on that. Lush Medusa combo could really be very dangerous, and that's another stun for Weaver. Like I said, here's how it goes. Are you ready? If Weaver gets Winner's Cursed, when the Winner's Curse is up, you have the Pudge
Shouldn't be in
ult.
a position to get Winner's Curse.
You can't not be. How are you not going to be in a position to be Winner's Cursed and like do anything?
Not frontlining. You just backline.
You can't backline. Who are you going to backline?
Lion, Wyvern, they're both backliners.
Yeah, and Pudge is going to be there.
I don't care about Pudge. Like,
And
I
on
care
top
a
of that,
little about him, but
if you backline with Vern and you don't have like the you don't have an Orchid or a Mindbreaker or something, here's what happens. Whenever Vern ults you, then you get dismembered right when the ult's about to come up. Then Lion stuns you.
that's
then
a lot
Leshrac.
of it's a lot of ifs.
That's no ifs. That's like what should be happening every fight, and that's pretty simple. Because they like, what else is Pudge going to do this game? Everybody else can really handily clear this. Here comes Roche. Lion's about to get eaten. I don't know. I think this is a, you know, maybe I'll be proven wrong on this, but I think this is just not a good-looking Weaver game. The one upside is that he's got some mana break for Dusa. I think that's really like the end of the list. And I mean,
Prepare for
you know, one thing I didn't even talk about. You know, you're talking about going back there, hitting the back line. Okay, Cold Embrace. Now what?
Nice, my camera's fixed.
I don't know. I feel like there's just so many stuns. I feel like the game has to go impossibly perfectly for either Weaver or the Tidehunter for this Weaver to mean anything. Or they have to have some really god-tier execution on the Marcy and the Spirit Breaker to, like, always be able to just solo out heroes. But I think if Bean 10 stays, like, modestly together, if they don't let themselves split up to the point where Weaver can just take a series of 1v1s, then he shouldn't be a problem at all. And I think that's not hard to do, and there's not enough punishment to them for doing that. Like, the only punishment in the entire board for Bean 10 all grouping up together is the title. And they don't really have that great of follow-up to it either, outside of just Zeus ult, which is a lot of magic damage and nothing else, which is not going to be enough, frankly, especially if we, you know, we're going to get the Eternal Shroud on Pudge fairly soon. You know that's coming, you know what I mean?
A little bit of poking going on here.
The
The
battle
top
begins.
supports.
2 for 2 this time for runes. Big evil donkey bouncing around.
Is it a feed? Maybe it's a bait.
I can tell you this much. This is a much better game, I think, for the Bean 10 lineup when it comes to looking at this draft than the last game. The question is, are they going to be able to execute that well on it? If they're able to execute well on it, it should be a much easier game. Tall Balls has already lost over half his HP just to Wyvern looking at him funny.
I think if Pudge carries this game, it's quite difficult. Doesn't really have an
Cranberry
answer.
almost died here. Cranberry's dead. Nope, Fairy Fire.
It's fun. Nice fairy fire. Oh, one more. Danny fast enough? No, he's not.
Keep it PMA, keep it DSJ.
That is going to give Danny the level advantage here. Make it somewhat dangerous if Zeus appears again. Like if, okay.
Oh, the stun.
First
Nice.
blood for US Danny. The Zeus going down. I don't think I really like Zeus much into anyone with a stun at mid, to be honest with you. I think if you've got CC for him, he really just has a hard time living. And in particular, the Shrek is not known for his desire to right-click people a lot. Good stun there by Lion, breaking up the procession there.
What, Matt rejected the gauntlet challenge? Wow.
Sounds like no balls to me.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Good stun by Meth.
That's fine. Just,
In a line there.
harass.
It is harass. I mean, he's not going to get a kill, but, oh, well, this
Okay.
actually might get a
It
kill.
might get a
Pudge's
kill.
in big danger.
He's dead. Oh, he's not dead. Big stun.
And the one creep in the way stops Pudge from hooking Weaver into the tower, which might have been a bad idea anyway. I think he dies on one Sakuchi.
Yeah. It's kind of the unfortunate part of early Weaver is that his level 1 Shikuchi has quite the
It's a million years long
obstructive.
cooldown. It is.
Yeah, cooldown.
Yep. After getting a series of good stuns, Meph decides to go back to the normal standard of gameplay by having a really bad one.
All spells missing. Very nice.
So far, Bean 10, decently comfortably ahead last hit wise.
Cranberry dead again? Yes, sir.
1,000 of your kind.
Dire's middle
Is
So
Danny dead
Danny
too?
is going to
Yes,
die
yes.
tower damage up.
Okay. The trade.
Try to take control and you only barely manage
Keep it
to keep
PMA, keep it BSJ.
We're just going to casually take a fall. We're watching bot here. That's one thing that is going to be for sure. Lion is going to take some lumps in this lane, I think, virtually no matter what. So if nothing else for Weaver, he should have a decent early game. Many attempts being made to win these Lord Wars. One thing that's kind of annoying for Weaver so far is that this top lane has been just perennially almost at the tower for him here. It's almost been at the enemy's T1. Which is a little, you know, gets your blood pumping a little bit when there's a Pudge on the other side of that coin.
Zeus lane's mega free right now.
Yeah, all that's happening in this lane is Tidehunter dying a lot. Spearbreaker makes a charge and accomplishes literally nothing. Meph went out here to try and contest a pull and is
Dead.
almost certainly dead for it.
Okay.
It's a good stun, but
he's fine, I think. Unless Mickle really commits to this, which he will. Goodbye, Meph.
yep, tries to deny himself on the jungle creeps, does not get it done.
Pings the creeps in anger. How dare you not kill me?
Leshu's level 6 and Zeus is level 4 if you're wondering how mid's going so far. Leshu's not getting one charges and I'm not really sure why.
Well, going on Matt.
Another good stun. Completely breaks that up. And they can't chase at all because it's, you know, Pudge. Not only is it a Pudge, it's a Pudge being played by somebody that you know for a fact already outside of the game is good at Pudge.
That's true.
I think if I'm Grim Adventures, I'm shaking in my boots at the prospect of US standing in this game. Keep in mind, Leshrac is a hero that has previously been in games against Grim Adventures and has been so effective against this team in particular that they, for a few weeks straight, were first banning it against every team, including non-Leshrac picking teams. It has a similar effect on them as it felt like Death Prophet had to ED&H in Season 13.
I mean, it's also US Danny. He's like the most impactful player on this team, it feels like, during most of the games I've seen of them. A Jakiro game from a Cryptic.
Yeah, very high impact game there. And you've missed a lot of godlike Mac games where he just rolls over everybody.
Even I like a good ball.
It's certainly a very strong team dynamic here. You know, between Matt and Danny, it feels like any game where Matt is down, Danny is just going to dominate and vice versa.
I'm gonna stun hook combo PVC. Jumps away.
Oh, this could be
Okay.
bad for Fudge!
Oh, he's dead.
Zeus ult comes out. First Zeus ult of the game takes out the Fat Man, and Meth has just surrendered his life, I guess.
Not dead.
Also gonna get a kill on Cryptic at bots. This is a very high value Zeus ult.
Is it a feed? Maybe it's a bait.
Maybe it's a bait.
Maybe.
Could be.
It notably has evened up here as far as the XP values go, but money-wise, US Danny still fairly firmly in the lead.
It's a Lesh, right?
Yep.
Pretty difficult to win that lane as a Zeus. Cause like Lesh hit 6, he just nukes every wave. How do you stop him from doing that?
I think not.
You know, mids that can nuke waves maybe not as all the rage as they were a couple months back, but they're still pretty good.
I think a little bit of a lucky break there for Spearbreaker. I don't believe that he got caught. Okay, maybe he did. Yep, he has to stop that charge right there. If he did not, he was dead meat. Just going to give Medusa quite a bit of free time here at bot lane. Just only being opposed by a Tidehunter who just spent like this whole lane sitting at like 40% HP and not really doing anything.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
First
It's not
tower
like
of the game going down
Medusa's
to
being
Lash.
contested that much anyway with the SP there. This lane
True.
doesn't do anything to reduce that. Tide SP not the most impactful lane combo I've ever seen, I'll be honest.
Great at ganking.
I
Cryptic
guess
is top.
that's not really the concern. Yeah, he is. Nickel.
It was very
Yeah.
unlikely anything comes out of this, especially if the creep eats the Pudgehook, but it's very unlikely they get the kill on Weaver. He is level 6, he has that ult, which is,
Yep.
I'm going to give him a lot of ability to operate here. This is going to try and go for Medusa at bot lane.
Yep.
I think Medusa is blind, deaf, and dumb to this happening to her.
So they see the Cryptic is top and decide to put pressure on bottom.
Actually, that did get spotted out on a ward there, so...
Dire's courier
Michael's
has
courier
been
dies
killed.
again.
Okay, the charge. They're gonna dive for this.
Bean's gonna ping herself. Slightly
Jeez.
early ult there from the Tidehunter. I think somebody's ult just got... Yeah, somebody's TP just got cancelled up, I think. First fat stack of the game comes out when PVC pipe goes down.
Dire's courier has been killed.
And Danny just shows up bot to eat everybody.
Dota 2 is a fun and balanced.
Randy, you're a doctor, right?
No.
Let's pretend that... Oh, that's a good hook.
Dire's bottom tower is
Goal
under attack.
is fine.
Yep. Nothing's gonna come out of it, but it is a good hook. As the doctor of Dota, right? Right now, the grim adventures of Boys and Matty are facing a condition known as Lashrakitis. It's a very deadly
Nice.
condition.
Just hope Michael pops off and carries you. Is the answer to whatever question you're about to ask. So you have to pray for like this Weaver to super pop off.
So many conditions on this match, I feel like. It's like, for Weaver to actually pop off here as well, it's going to be a very hard game for him. Even if it goes well, it's not going to be an easy effort. I mean, just think about all, like I said, all the stuff that can go wrong. And it's like, yeah, you can, hypothetically, you can position till the cows come home, but Bean 10 has so much on offer for the Weaver. It's like, you really got to be God positioning yourself, and not doing so in such a way that you're cutting out your damage. I don't know, it's just, I really am just trying to run this scenario in my head a lot of ways. I just don't see how he does it effectively.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Warding already going up in the top jungle here at 12 minutes. The tier 1 tower is up still, and they're already aggressive enough to be putting wards in the jungle.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Unless there's a way, this team is really bad at hitting towers.
Dire's top
Smoke coming
tower
out here.
has fallen.
3-man smoke, 3 and under club on being 10. Pudge, Wyvern, Lion. Weaver having to jungle here, really not having a good time doing it. You might actually have to pop ult to just keep doing this at a reasonable rate. That's assuming he doesn't just get
spotted.
spotted and
It's fine.
killed. Yep, the smoke breaks at a very awkward time for Lion, and as a result, Weaver gets to walk away, but he does have to just go to spawn, which is probably not where he wants to be right now. Matty
Matty
Boy going to
Boy
tank it for Zeus here.
Yep.
Just melts in no time. Oh god.
Almost. Keep it BMA. Nice sleep uphill.
Yep. Goes totally unnoticed by being 10. You're just gonna let him TP. Would have been really funny if they canceled his TP up there. It's not exactly it went down. Bloodstone is already out on Lashrak. Let's take a look at the net worth chart here. 7k. Oh god.
I mean, it's a Lush. You
Yeah.
can't stop him from performing.
You know, you can stop his Medusa, who is second place. Uh-oh.
I don't really think you can stop Dusa from farming this game either. Like, their offlane does nothing.
Pudge just gets sucked 10 million miles away. Another fat stack for godlike Matt.
This game looks even rougher than the last one, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Meth has paused the game. Can't click on Zwace.
Common bug there, very nice. Glad to see it hasn't been fixed. Gabe.
Sorry. I'm still busy working on Half-Life 3.
Good one.
Set to release 2035. It's a Bean 10 game. We must pause. F says G. Then he says Guar. And PVC unpauses.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Weaver's got pig pole.
Get dusted there.
Yeah, he did.
Is okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bit too maneuverable. Got TP in 5. Okay, unless he gets hooked. Mikkel, the sentry. Cryptic.
Yep, just
What a
runs
god.
to his death.
Okay, yeah, this game
Was that me?
looks not winnable, I'll be honest.
Matt tips his former captain.
Like, I know I said that about the last game, but like... this one's looking rough.
Yeah, I think this is like a lot worse for... If Grim Adventures manages to stage a comeback from this position, it's legitimately going to be really impressive, or going to be Bean 10 really falling to pieces. Like, that's the two ways that this could possibly turn about. Like,
I mean, they just gave them a bunch of OP here. Like, you gave them a Pudge and a Lesh? I don't know.
game of Pudge, game of
Radiant
Lesh.
structures are fortified.
You picked Weaver into Winter of Urn. Lesh is 1v2ing the Weaver.
Is under
I don't think the Weaver is the problem. I think letting these heroes through is the problem. I think you can pick anything and lose this game.
Spirit Breaker donates to the U.S. Danny Retirement Fund. Danny's not done. He's going in for more. They found Weaver. This is a really compromising spot for him.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down again.
Freebies now.
Are we getting freebies now?
What can you do, boys?
is under attack.
I think we might be seeing a bit of a morale bust situation here for the Grim Adventures.
No, they just let these broken ass heroes through. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, in this game, in the context of like playing this game, like, if you're in this game, you're watching this happen to you, you're looking at your draft, you're looking at, you can't see the net worth advantage, but you probably have a pretty good idea. Pudge is, you know, already got 3 fat stacks, he's not even looking at an Ags yet, like,
What does it take to like not let Lesh through? I don't know.
Radiant's
Like, how many times has
bottom
it
tower is under attack.
been like, oh, we'll let the Lesh through, we can counter it, and then it just owns, and the game's over at 20 minutes.
got a big go here on Lion. Pudge immediately walks in trying to turn it around. Matt's here. Matt Danny is here, rather.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Got
under
an awkwardly timed Winter of Ult.
Oh, good ravage.
Yep.
They are dying. Danny's dead? Okay. Is this
Yeah.
the comeback we were seeking?
That was like a super self-troll Winter of Ult, I gotta say.
I'm helping.
I think,
Not a fan of the curse.
no, I think that totally just botched that fight for them. Turned what should have been an okay go into a 0 for 4.
Cool. As soon as I count them out,
Radiant's middle
they
tower is
take a
under
fight like that. It's like they can hear me.
The only unfortunate thing is that I feel like that had a little bit less to do with brilliance on the part of the Grim Adventures, and a little more to do with some very major miscues there on Bean 10's part. I mean, there's legitimately a good chance that Cryptic has not played the like Winter of Urn in long enough that he's not used to playing with that like you can't hit people in the Wyvern ult.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
A legitimate heads up. That was a practice shot.
Pudge playing a very great value game here. It's very low on money.
You should have picked a godlike Matt Enigma and had Wyvern ult people in the black hole, and then have them scream at each other in comms, and the team falls apart.
Perfect idea.
That's what
Notice
happened in an alternate universe, I'm sure.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Radiant bot T1's finally gonna go down.
Gonna take that tower.
US Danny has something that would put a smile on every Leshrax player's face. A regen rune.
Yep, classic.
Just gets to take this top T2 for absolutely free.
Dire's top tower.
Charitable enough to give Matt the last hit. It was nice. He does
Public
need some
service
money.
announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Do not let Leshrac hero into your games.
Especially do not let Leshrac into your games if it's being played by somebody who actually knows how to play Leshrac. Hey Randy, who is responsible for one of Bean 10's 3 losses so far this season? Pop quiz.
Who?
That would be the Moon River Leshrac.
Of course. Hero's broken.
And I said to ban it in all caps on the draft report too.
Ult for Vision there for Cranberry. He's quite the position here. I think he's fine though. Okay, yeah, they're not quite committing to killing him.
Gonna charge in on one of Vern. Pudge's awkward position is gonna just kinda cut this in half. Casual Medusa ult just right here in this.
That's a big Ravage. But
unfortunately, yeah.
Oh,
and it doesn't matter, he's gonna go down! US Danny just coming in the back of the fight, the last possible moment there.
God, this left here is stupid, dude. Nerf, please. Nice play by PVC.
There's one thing that's very notable so far about this game, it's that the, PVC's just gonna try and die to the Ancients.
PVC.
Yep.
PVC breaking US Danny's ankles a little bit there.
If they don't have Pudge, they are really hard pressed to actually catch anybody. This team's very good at disengaging. Between the Zeus jump, Shikuchi, the Spear Breaker charge, these guys are definitely playing a very flighty type game.
Yeah, and Marcy as a hero in general also offers that. Cranberry's gonna use that line every time Matt misses a hook on it. That's the shred.
Yeah, there you go.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
One of the worst Dota games I ever played was in a stack with Godlike Matt and Cranberry Sprite, so you know.
Oh yeah, what happened?
You were there, you know what happened.
I was there. What game was this?
That was the game where you played Necro and you stole my last hits.
Where I played Necro?
Yes, pause for Necro.
Interesting.
Weaver is sliding up the net worth chart.
Yep.
One major notable factor in this game is that it feels like Bean 10 is having a very hard time actually forcing these engagements that they want to force.
Danny's getting deleted a little bit. Oh, the popsicle
Big Wyvern
and the
ult.
winner's curse.
This is the Wyvern ult you want to see. Pudge has made it.
Oh, good hook.
4 fat stacks for Pudge.
Support stack for that.
Meth coming in. Very good angle here. Points at Tidehunter. He dies. 5 fat stacks for Pudge. 2 Finger of Death stacks for Lion. It was just finished his Blink Dagger. And Pudge has just finished his Ags. Because this game just couldn't go any worse, I guess. With one man down, they are posturing on the T3.
Dire's middle tower.
Matty Boy just drew a big dick on the map.
Dire's structures are fortified.
He sure did.
He wants us banned off of Twitch, what can I tell you? Bujags is here. Mef says, go hit bot T2 instead.
Yep, takeouters.
Unfortunately for them, this is an impossibly awkward position for the spin. US Danny is closing in on the multi-tier split earth. Ag shard. Dire scan out the Roche pit. Smoke in. Smoke out, rather. I'd really just also like to point out how this is, like, you remember last game, which was just an impossibly bad Medusa game? This is an impossibly okay Medusa game, and nothing is stopping her from farming, and that's going to be a big concern. Like,
They're gonna Roche here.
Yep.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
G2 bot goes down.
Bottom tower has fallen. Roshan has fallen.
Roche has only now fallen. It'll take quite a while. Mikkel is going to take the Aegis here.
Be back. Setting up a defense here. Just attempting to.
Budge with a hook. Pretty good Zeus ult. Just forced everybody on being 10 out of this base.
Top tower has fallen.
Yep, very good.
Keep the PMA, keep DSJ.
I hope you're keeping a PMA.
I'm not. Let's just got another region trash boat
A
moment.
bit of a smoke play here. Oh, okay.
Spirit Breaker has to walk back into the winner's curve.
Oh,
Good
man.
attempt, noble attempt there from Podge, but did not actually have the information they needed to make that mean anything. Matty Boy's respawn timer is 20 seconds. It's actually like 25, but Thunder just got a Pipe of Insight. He actually has Pipe and Wraith Bag, which means Eric actually gonna have quite a lot of damage against, like, damage from Danny taken down here.
You can nullify there. Of course, that doesn't matter if he kills all your towers, but it's a big if. He does have that annoying shard. Mikkel almost got blocked by the Wraith Pact and stunned again.
That would've been funny. T3 bot, 789 health. Mikkel, unfortunately, just being forced to defend here, he cannot do anything really of any substance, anything more useful than this right now.
I mean, defending is farming, right? Because he gets this wave, gets the waves that come up to his base.
He is occasionally going to get the wave that comes out of that, but not that often. Not nearly as often as he would like, to be frank with you.
Okay, we're posturing here.
Aggressively posturing coming out of base here. Especially with the knowledge that Danny is not actually here for this.
The charge onto Matt.
Laverne
Okay.
almost just died before being able to get ult off. Does actually get it, but it doesn't
That's
really
that-
matter. Medusa ults, but
PVC
is not
is just
able to do
murdering
anything.
people. PVC just kills the supports at the start of every fight. So that's the start of every fight. Just a couple fights, but Medusa's in quite the awkward position.
Buybacks coming out to try and
Buybacks.
save this.
Those are some
Idle.
aggressive buybacks. It's a really good ravage.
Under attack.
Oh, that was so
my.
close to getting Mikkel.
Tower is under
Gosh.
That would have been such a disaster if that had happened. PVC there wisely waiting for Tall Wolf to get in a position to try and escape
Almost
rather than eating
wasting
himself.
wasting all the time here.
Butch takes up another
Okay, that
fat stack. 7.
Was actually, I'm happy with that if I'm Matty team because
Yeah, you got 2 buybacks, and
buybacks. Yeah,
they got nothing for either of those buybacks. It was totally useless.
I mean they killed Titan, but
after the ult, so yeah, totally useless.
Tide's job is to die, basically.
Titan Sliver on the Pudge. God hates the grim adventures of the boys and Matty. That's the only reason so many regen runes could have come out this game. The only reason Pudge could have possibly just gotten himself a, a Titan Sliver. God just hates Matty boy. T3 tower looks a little likely to die. Nope. Having trouble finishing the job? No, they do take it in the end.
This last share needs to change, man.
We were gonna find Pudge. Really not the one he wants
We're
to
gonna find everybody. Okay. That's a start.
That was a funny Medusa ult. Stop Spear Breaker. Dennis tracks.
I think the time lapse is pretty funny.
Pudge is gonna go down there very, very casually.
Mikkel is kind of doing a lot of damage right now.
Bad news is, so is
Again,
Bane.
this is like, it's kind of like Mikkel versus the world again.
I can definitely tell you haven't been watching your Grim Adventures games.
Dire's
Oh, why is that every game?
That's
Except
every
for the
game.
Cranberry Rampage.
Yep. Charge out on you, Danny here. Gonna take the lion.
Danny. Oh, the Bloodstone. It's so not balanced.
See nature's blasted core.
This one melee creep is gonna make sure there's no backdoor protection, but nobody on Bean 10 realizes that, I don't think. Was Shrek looking for a Shiva's guard here?
Dire are scanning.
Medusa looking for a
Reaver Mage
Daedalus.
Slayer. Interesting.
Likely looking for a Bloodthorn in this game, which wouldn't be a bad idea. Silencing anybody on Bean 10 would be a very major upside for them. One over Vern just got Blink Dagger. Scotty is finished on Medusa. Spearbreaker is a little crazy here. Okay, Pudge is just gonna lose all of his health to Pudge, never mind.
Is under attack.
He's gonna lose all of his health to himself.
Radiant structure.
Okay, he's
Yep.
dead. Nice.
Matt gets tipped. He deserves it. Matt's building BKB.
Radiant middle tower.
He needs to get some magic resist already. He cannot just keep, like, eating shots. He is taking so much magic damage. I mean, look at that. 3,000 magic damage, 500 physical. Get a goddamn cloak, my man. Shrek finished Shiva's. It's a very
Yep.
fast build. Weaver Ty gonna be taking out the D2 here. Oh, he's gonna try and go in for this, but he's just gonna die immediately.
He's the Winter's Curse.
Does not matter, unfortunately. for him.
Cranberry wasn't in it. Oh, if Cranberry was in it, that would have been the sickest curse of all time.
But just back up now. I'm gonna casually
Slash
take
Sun
the
is so
Tidehunter.
annoying. Okay.
Tidehunter goes down.
Was that?
Spearbreaker on the back line takes out the lion.
Kind of a bunch of murder cryptic here.
Yep, just gonna take out the Wyvern and get the hell out. Totally
Yes, sir.
blind hook. Okay, that was a little interesting.
Mickle
think-
strong.
I think there is one major unfortunate factor in the being, like, for Grim Adventures looking at this game. unlike last game when it was like it was a major disaster if Danny, Matt, or Bean died in a fight. This game, it's like just fine as long as the others get something out of it. Bean gets money, Pudge gets fat stacks, Lush gets money. As long as one of those three things happen in a fight, it's pretty much bad. As, like, just a stalemate. Which is a very high bar for the Grim Adventurers to have to clear in this game. They pretty much have to kill all cores, or they just get nothing from a fight. Scouting Zeus ult. It's good. Pudge dangerously low here. Pudge in very, very desperate need of a goddamn Eternal Shroud in this game.
I'm in your debt.
Mikkela's in your debt. Matt pings.
And he's gonna pick it.
I think Zeus ult finds Roche. Yeah, Medusa illusions beat up the Zeus thing. 5-man smoke coming out of the Grim Adventures base.
Yep.
I don't know
They
why.
want to find something.
I think they're just going to try and go Roche again.
Cryptic definitely noticed that.
Yeah, there's no way he didn't. Grim Adventures just immediately pull out a Roche. They want nothing more to do with this. They only want to do that if they don't get caught. Do not actually want to fight.
I mean, they do, they just don't want to get gone on in the pit.
I don't even want to invade pit.
Double desolation.
So there's something to invade now. They're taking it. They'll die rather fast.
Grim Adventures coming in.
Okay, they are coming in. Roche isn't dead.
Yeah, this is kind of an awkward timing for this.
Up the Ravage!
Weaver!
Oh, good ult.
Somebody pick up the goddamn Aegis!
Aegis is on the deck. Okay, that's insanity.
Again, US Danny going down, but again, like I said, it just feels like if all the cores for this team don't die. No hook
all the cores
necessary.
for one team are gonna die.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Many buybacks coming out.
Structures are fortified.
Are you ready to keep it PMA? I'm really not sure why Bean is backing here. Just eat the range Rex. There's really no downside to it. I guess the answer is because Lion is for some reason really, really far away and Danny is not up, but I think this situation they could use a little confidence. I guess they don't lose that much waiting out for the Leshrac respawn. 14k net worth advantage on the part of Bean 10. Weaver has the mana break trait, which is good.
Yep. Cryptic.
And he is back.
Tried to make a cute little play on Mikkle there, but hook missed, unfortunate. Okay, Hex.
Dire's bottom tower
Yeah, very
has fallen.
Glimmer Cape though.
Pudge gets to unfortunately spend his BKB in jail.
Okay, they're all just dead.
Bottom barracks are under attack.
Alright, well. There's 2 letters that come to mind right now.
Triple kill for Pudge, now sitting at 20 stacks of fat.
Bottom barracks are under attack.
Actually, 2 words. Ban Lesh, please. That's 3 words, but you get my point.
Well, Leshrack's about to try and, not Leshrack, but Weaver rather, is going to try and ban Lesh here.
No, Bloodstone is
Nope.
very broken.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
I like being Manta dodging Leshrack's stun, even though Leshrack is on our team.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Awkwardly timed
Barnacle.
ult from Weaver. This game is over.
I mean, it's been over, but it was over
That's
when
true.
they picked Lesh. Picked cheesy, unbeatable heroes. What can you do?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
23 fat stacks, Pudge. That's a really good Ravage.
I mean,
Trying so hard to
Sure,
kill Danny,
but-
but they just can't get the job done. No matter how ideal the circumstances.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Matt
I might
says
have to-
call.
I might have to take a shower if I win a game like this.
Radiant victory.
And
Taking
so,
Lesh Pudge, I don't know, dude.
in these strange times, even death may die. The Grim Adventurers made a valiant effort, but the boys of Matty could not get the job done. And the Bean 10
I
steamroller
couldn't overcome
continues.
the cheese.
Ah! See, I like this draft a lot more because this is the draft that I picked.
That was totally cheesy, dude. That's the cheesiest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, mamma mia, what do we say about this? What do we say about this game? What do we say about this season for the Grim Adventures? I mean, it's a real testament to the power of Mickle that they were able to make it this far. To be honest with you, it really is. Just to be blunt, this draft is really bad. I don't think Matty Boy drafted this team with any delusions of, like, victory. I think Matty just wanted to A, troll Pohohoro, and B, have some fun with some of his friends this season. And to that end, I don't think Grim Adventures could have had a better season. If Matty's goal was to just have a lot of funny games with a couple of his buddies, then yeah, they got nothing to be ashamed of going home today. So guess let's run it down. Call balls. I wish I had more time to work with you. That's really all I have to say about that. I mean, you got more offlane games than I thought you did, but it's still pretty clear that you're still fairly new to the role. I like a lot of your itemization. I think your itemization can be creative sometimes. I think if you're going to be on 3, I think that the thing you need most of all is a better pool. I think too much of your pool is just guys who ain't that great at being pause 3s right now, or 3s that just aren't that good in general, like Tidehunter or Mars at the moment. So I think if you are committed to this act, which I don't think you are, I don't know if you enjoy this role, and my private conversations to you have not led me to believe that to be the case. But if this is your role, I think the itemization is good. I think your positioning in fights, your know-how on 3 is good, but your pool is kind of what's keeping you back. PVC pipe. We had the PVC pipe pause 4 experiment this season. Couple of who won game 1s going out. We actually did have some people show up to chat. Shout out to Darth Cherrywood, whoever that is. Shout outs to Looter, and shout outs to Hollywood for joining us, which I didn't even notice till we were out, unfortunately. But yeah, PVC Pipe 4 experiment, I think it was fine. I think actually, ironically, the way Pause 5 has changed, PVC Pipe might find some good utility in the future as Pause 4. I think he had a pretty solid performance of it this season. I think the big thing is positioning. I think he still positions himself like a 5 as a 4 with some of these heroes, and I don't know if that's doing him much justice. But to that end, I think it was a very strong start. Matty boy. I like it better on 3. Honestly, that's really all I have to say about Matty. I feel like the way Matty plays is really conducive to a 3. He's got issues with 3, but I think the way Matty plays is very conducive to pause 3. It's just not that conducive to being a support. It just felt like his attempts to try and do some 5 stuff this season. I don't know. I think I like him better as 3. I think he's got a lot more upside on 3. I don't know. Cranberry Sprite. Playing mid for us this season on the grim adventures of... I mean, you got typecast, and well, not typecast. You got the opposite of typecast. You just kind of got put into a role that nobody else knew what the hell to do with. I think if I had to do it all again, maybe I would have tried to run Cranberry 1 and Mickle 2. Maybe that gives you some more success, but I don't know. It's a little hard to say. I don't know. I think it was a better performance for somebody who is a fairly outsider person to this role. Like, he's got one guy he runs mid in the Tusk, and I don't really think before the start of this season, I don't think he ever really ran anybody at mid very frequently. For a mid debut, I think it's not bad, actually. I think if you were committed enough to the act to get down, learn a couple of more holds, learn a couple more guys, get on it a little bit more this season, I think you actually could, next season, I think you actually could do some really good work in that role. I just don't know if that's what you want to do. I just don't know if that's your upside. I don't know. Finally, old Mickle. Get out of LD2L. Just get the 5 MMR and leave, bro. Like, why are you here? I don't know. I don't know. I think Mickle's at a level where LD2L really just doesn't have enough to offer him anymore. I mean, there is literally one reason that this team is here, and Mickle is it. Like, that's it. You just put the period after that, right? It's the long and short of it. I think if there's another LD2L season where Mickle is here and he's playing Pause 1 with a more balanced team around him, then I think he just totally dominates. Only downside is just, like I said, I don't know. I feel like he plays at a level where he's not learning anything more in LD2L. I think it's time for him to find greener pastures. What do you think, Randy?
Yeah, true.
All right. Anything to say about these games besides cheese?
It was cheesy. That's all I have to say.
If you or somebody you
Should
know...
feel ashamed of yourself.
If you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg today to sign up. Season 15 can't be long now. We're in the quarterfinals. We will be doing we're going to be using this week as a Season 6 flashback. So look forward to seeing some of your classic not Season 6, we're Week 6 flashback. Look forward to seeing some of your classic Week 6 games here on the show in not particularly long. And, yeah, that's it. Who are we sponsored by today, Randy?
Sponsored by,
the Ban
Larson
Lashrak
again.
Foundation.
Yeah, the Ban Lash Foundation. It's a good one.